Hey guys, it's Sarah. I am doing my 6 weeks postpartum video. I've been gone for a little while and I apologize, but I really just didn't have that much to update on because I wanted to wait until I had my 6-week obstetrician checkup. So Aria is asleep at the moment. She's squirming though, so I think she's going to wake up any minute. And I'm going to be doing her 6-week update after this video, so stick around for that. But let's get started on me. So at 6.5 weeks I am feeling really good, emotionally, mentally, physically not so much. I suppose it's to be expected. I'm hoping for too much too soon, I think. So but yeah, I'll be talking more about that in a minute. But yes, overall I'm really happy, loving life with 2 little kiddos, and very loved up. I'm going to make actually in my Aria update talking about life with 2 kids, and life with 2 kids and the hardships while the husband is working away. So yeah, that's been a little bit difficult, but I'll be chatting about that in a minute. So to do with me, yes, I am breastfeeding. I don't think I mentioned that in my last video, but someone asked. So yes, I am, with the exception that I have tried to give her the bottle with breast milk and formula. She doesn't seem to like the breast milk once defrosted. I don't know why. Like, I was pumping, once or twice a day there for while I was quite engorged. And I don't know if it's just when my husband's trying to feed her, because sometimes I've gone out and I've needed him to feed her while I've been away, and he tries and he gets so flustered and frustrated because she won't take it. And obviously if I'm out, then I get a bit frustrated because I'm trying to get the things that I'm trying to get done. And yeah, so I'm trying to get her used to the bottle for those moments. And one day we do, when I go on a date again. It's been so long and I'm really craving it. So it'd be nice for her to get used to the bottle. I'm not so like, formula feeding doesn't bother me. Like, if she's getting her tummy full, then that's good, because I have found that by the end of the night my supply is not so great, and I've had to resort to try and give her the breast milk first. She doesn't take it, then I give her the formula, and she seems to favour that more, which is weird. But I've only done that a few times, so I ended up having to go to the doctor a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my video, but because my supply was so low and she was getting quite fussy during the night and she was only sleeping 2 hours at a time, I was thinking it was my milk. So he gave me some tablets. I'm not sure on the name, but he gave me some tablets to help to get my supply back up and going. Fenugreek apparently is really good too. It's a big American thing and a lot of people use that. I haven't used that yet. So that did help, those tablets, and she seems to be doing a lot better. But feeding wise, she is amazing. She loves it. She attaches really well. She's attached well from day dot. I don't have sore or cracked nipples, but if you do, and for the first 2 weeks I use Lancino cream, that is amazing. You really need to get it because they can actually ingest it. Like, if you have it on and they need to feed, it won't harm them. So you can get that from your chemist. Things that I've found that have helped with the breastfeeding is having one of those boppy pillows, those feeding pillows. You can just lay them on it. You don't have to bend down. I find that my posture gets really bad when I'm like trying to bend down to her or hold her on my arm, gets quite sore sometimes. So getting one of those does really help. I'm wearing it's undone at the moment. I'm wearing a feeding top bra. They're really, really handy to have. I know it's probably a standard thing, but maybe some women don't know about them, and if you're pregnant you really need to get one, because you can wear them in pregnancy. They have at the back the straps, the clips, and they have, I think, like 9, maybe for 9 months of pregnancy, and you can just expand it each time, and they're non-underwire, so there's no discomfort there, so they're really comfortable. I got this one for $10 from Bras and Things. I'm in Australia, clearly, my accent. And yeah, they had a sale on, so you know, you can pick up a good bargain, because otherwise they're usually between $20 to $40, and that's quite expensive. So get one of those. And what else? I did have an inverted left nipple with Jackson. However, that isn't an issue at the moment. I can feed on both sides. She usually feeds for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes on each side, but usually falls asleep after the one side. So I usually have one wonky boob, big and small. I should really pump the other one, but I don't, because she doesn't like the bottle. So I usually like to keep it in there so she has enough to feed with. I remember with my son, you know, he used to feed maybe he was younger, maybe every 4 hours, because he would sleep for 4 hours at a time, whereas she only sleeps about 2 hours at a time and then wants a feed. So maybe by the end of the night, that's why my supply isn't that great. I do find that water really, really helps your supply, and water in general is just really good for you anyway. Yeah, that's about it. The only thing I don't really like about breastfeeding is, well, there's two things. One, when I'm in that engorged during the night after she's had a 4-hour sleep, and I wake up and my top is just wet from leaking because they're that engorged, and I do wear breast pads. So if you're pregnant, get that and put that in your hospital bag. Yeah, and to have at home, because they're really, really handy. If they've moved, then it's just such a pain in the butt, because all my shirts, you know, wet and whatever else, so that's kind of annoying. And also if I'm engorged and she's wanting to feed, then it spurts all over her face. I think that's why she gets the baby acne, actually. She's not too bad at the moment. But yeah, it's just icky and just annoying. But they're the only two things. You know, it is really handy to breastfeed, just because you can just flop it out whenever you want. And I think my husband wishes he had boobs sometimes. He could just feed her, because he gets so frustrated that he can't. I feel sorry for the guy and the husband and the partner, because, you know, they really are just, I suppose, useless in a sense. They are good with burping or looking after the baby. So that's with breastfeeding. I had my obstetrician appointment and I got the all clear to exercise. So I'm really stoked about that, because he had a look up there, and while he had his hand up in my business, he asked me to tense my Kegel pelvic floor muscles, just to make sure that I'm aware of where they are, because they're really important in your recovery after giving birth, especially giving birth naturally. And I tensed, and he could feel that I knew where they were and I was aware of it. So if you don't know how to do it, just go to the toilet, do a wee and hold it in, and then do a wee and hold it in, and that's that feeling. That's where your pelvic floor is. So yeah, do that, and that will help with your recovery and to tighten things up there. So yeah, he gave me the go ahead to exercise, so I'm really, really happy about that. In regards to, because he's asked about birth control, Wade and I did do it. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, so maybe 4 weeks postpartum, and I'm so naughty. We didn't use protection. And I mean, it's very, very unlikely to get pregnant while you're breastfeeding and you don't get your period. And it's very, very unlikely for me, because, you know, if you've watched my TTC vlogs, you know, it's hard for us just to get pregnant even when you're trying and tracking. But as a way, just our luck, we're not trying, and we're not tracking, and it's very impossible to get pregnant, and I probably will get pregnant. I would die. I won't die, but like, I want my body back just for a little bit longer before we try again. I'll also a video if we're going to try again or not. So, yes, and it hurt. I was really worried, actually, because I was worried that, because I did take a look up there, TMI, but yeah, things weren't like the usual before you're giving birth. Things are a lot wider because you've just squirted out a baby. It's almost like you can see his cervix, like everything is just a lot lower, and I was just thinking that, you know, he's not going to enjoy this because he's just not going to feel anything. So, but I asked him after it and he said, you know, it felt good. So if you're worried about that, women, you know, ladies out there, and you're worried about your partner not enjoying it, apparently he did. I don't know. Ari's starting to cry. Wake up. Hang on. decided to wake up. So yes, we did do it, and it didn't hurt for the first bit, which I was surprised about, but then it did hurt for the last little bit. So just if you're wanting to know what it's like, I suppose, after, because it, you know, it's a little bit terrifying putting something back up there when you just, you know, taking this thing out. My little angel. Anyway, so all clear to exercise, and food wise and weight wise I am not happy, just because I have put on a few kilos, and I find with breastfeeding, I found with my son that breastfeeding holds on the weight for me. I'm not just one of those lucky women who it just sucks the life out of. I think it keeps on extra calories and weight in case it thinks that it's not getting enough while breastfeeding. So that's a bit of a niche. That's, you know, annoying, because I want to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight, and I know I'm only 6 weeks, but I know I'll get there. I did go on the treadmill and before 6 weeks, and it felt like my uterus was literally going to fall out. So I don't suggest to do running before your 6-week checkup with your doctor. So I ended up power walking. I ended up getting a really good supportive sports bra from Bras and Things again. It's a must, especially if you're feeding, because I had to hold the girls up. But now it feels like there's nothing there, so it's awesome. Makes things a lot easier to get back into workout mode. And food wise, I've been really good, drinking lots of water. However, I have a strong chocolate craving. So yes, it probably is not helping with getting my body back. But I figured I'm eating generally pretty well everywhere else, so chocolate is like a stress reliever for me. Anyway, it's already 12 minutes. I don't know if it's going to let me upload this, but I'm going to show you my postpartum belly in her video, because I don't think it's going to allow me to do it if I continue on with this time. Yeah, so, because I'm not good with editing, I don't know how to cut and chop and change. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know. And oh, quickly, that vein down there that I had an issue with, completely gone. There is no vein there, there's no soreness there, it's completely back to normal, so stoked about that. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for Aria's update and my postpartum belly shot. Okay, bye guys.